pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
My bitch a choosing lover, never fuck without a rubber. Never in the sheets like it on top of the cover. Money on the dresser, drive a compressor. Top notch hoes, get the most, not the lesser. Trash like the buck for $40 in the club. Fucking up the game, bitch, it gets no love. She be cross country, giving all that she got. 1,000 a pop, I'm putting business off the lot. I smashed up the gray one, bought me a red. Every time we hit the parking lot, we turn head. Some hoes wanna choose, but them bitches too scary. Your bitch chose me, you ain't a pimp, you a fairy.
A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
Baby, you been rolling solo, time to get down with the team. The grass is greener on that other side, if you know what I mean. I show you shit you never seen, the 7 wonders of the world. And I can make you the 8th if you wanna be my girl. I say my girl, I don't mean my woman, that ain't my style. Need a real street stalker, walk a green mile. Piling up the paper on the dining room table, cause you able to realize I'm the truth and not a fable. Baby, rockin' Russian sable, keep that chiller on the rack. What I look like with some $1,000 shit up on my back. I'm $1 million man, they need $1 billion bitch. Put my pimpin' in your life, watch your daddy get rich. Easy as ABC, simple as 1, 2, 3. Get down with UGK, Pimp CBU with B. Cause what's a hoe with no pimp, and what's a pimp with no hoe? Don't be a lame, you know the game and how it goes. We try to get toes.
A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Artie of Artie's Corporate Fiction. Happy Monday to all of you. I'm back from vacation. Good to be back, as always. And you know, I wanted to kind of have a very casual, very light stream with you guys, just to catch up on some of the crazy videos that we haven't taken a look at today. While I play something in the background. It's nothing too serious. I plan on having something more more substantive on Wednesday and Friday to get myself back into in the swing of things. But you know, that is Monday after a Monday after long stream. You know, the thing I want to do is to kind of take it easy and get myself situated. Hopefully this want to be able to make sure that you guys can hear me good as well. I turned off a couple of audio filters. I thought I had this fixed on Friday, but maybe it didn't. I definitely want to have this fixed for my next video because I want to be able to make sure that you guys can hear me well and that I'm not ducking out. So we're gonna go first to a couple of Code Blue Gam videos. Actually, this first one that I saw, oops, it's not supposed to have the game capture overtake everything. Yeah, I know my debate with Robbie didn't really have a whole lot there. It didn't really do very well. But I hope that gets rectified for my next video for sure. So hopefully this sounds good for you guys, and I'm not cutting out in the low tones. I also want to, I mean, again, that first video was something I really wanted to just get out, get it out there, get it out to you guys, and then from there I'll be able to kind of build, grow, and add more flourish, add more production to it as I go along to try and get myself reacclimated to actual video editing rather than just setting up a live stream that still has its own technical issues. So All right, we're gonna get started with this. This is from Code Blue Cam. We're also gonna take a look at Direct D's latest arrest as well, because I know that guy, he's definitely one of those arrogant auditors who really think they know what they're talking about, but they don't. So we're definitely gonna take a look at that as well.
On December 17th, 2022, a Monroe County Sheriff's deputy was dispatched to the county courthouse in Sparta, Wisconsin. A female subject,
Thanks, Uncle Tom.
31-year-old Rebecca Nichols, had been attempting to enter vehicles outside the courthouse. Jail staff inside the courthouse were monitoring her and notified dispatch of the situation. It should be known that Rebecca was arrested earlier in the day for several counts of bail jumping due to her violating her GPS restrictions. She had since been released from custody. A week prior, she prevented a jail staff member from entering their vehicle after being released from custody, making this the second time Rebecca has engaged in illegal activity immediately upon being released.
So she's already had a habit of just committing more crimes the instant she's been released from jail. And considering that she had already been hooked up for bail jumping, I don't know why or how she got released in the first place, but it is what it is. Hopefully, my understanding is that Wisconsin is changing the law.
Were walking away from the area. Rebecca appeared if she was talking to them and addressed one of them as Dad. However, they continued walking and ignored her.
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Come here.
Come on. I was trying to get in my brother's car and now
Your brother's car?
Yes.
Whose car is it?
Oh my gosh, my brother's.
Rebecca?
Please.
Stop.
Officer, I'm not doing this again.
No, stop. Stop walking.
I can't. I need to walk.
Rebecca, stop.
Please stop.
No.
I'm not getting arrested.
Stop. Are you going to keep walking away from me or can I let go of you?
You can talk to me, but I don't appreciate you holding on to me right now.
Well, I told you to stop. That means stop.
Okay, let me sit down here so I don't slip.
What are you doing?
Really?
Car, please,
That-
officer.
Stop.
Just
Hold on. I had to pause this. That opening up somebody else's door or trying to open somebody else's door right in front of the cop. That I don't know if it's just pure stupidity or that she just wants to go back into jail. Part of me feels like it's the latter, that she can't be this dumb and that she just wants to stay indoors for the next couple of nights. But then the way she protests so much, I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Stop. Stop.
While attempting to take her into custody, she ignored commands and continuously resisted.
Just stop. No, I told you to stop so we could talk about this. We get a call that you're out here trying to get into random vehicles again.
I'm not. I promise. Please, officer, I promise you, I shouldn't be under arrest.
Resisting.
Stop.
Your hands behind your back.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Drop the stuff in your hand. Drop it.
Nice to meet you too, Brad.
This is why I had to stay in there for 15 days last time.
Is this your vehicle?
No,
Okay.
I saw my dad in it. I was I was trying to get to...
Stop. Stop.
Can I tell you the story?
You can talk without looking at me and stop resisting.
Well, this is what happened last time. I stayed in there for 15 days. Please, officer, I don't need to be under arrest. I'm
You are
going
under
right
arrest.
to my brother's...
You're under arrest.
Officer, I'm not doing anything wrong. Please, I'm begging you. Officer,
Where'd your purse
Stop.
go?
I'm begging you.
Step away from the car.
Please don't do this to me.
Stop.
You want to run this plate? And the other side of that silver car, there's a blue SUV.
I just checked the handle because
Is it your vehicle?
No,
Then you cannot
however,
check the
I'm not,
handles.
I understand, and
Okay.
I'm not trying.
Okay.
Look, I have
Then
not
stop.
done anything wrong.
Stop.
Can I please sit down on the sidewalk for a second?
You're not
No.
sitting down.
I'm asking you nicely.
Okay.
My cigarettes already went missing. They're not going to let me back out of there.
You're
This
missing
is
a
what
lot
they-
of property right
Yeah.
now.
Where'd you put your purse?
Please, officer, I wasn't breaking any laws. I need to get out. I was car when you came walking up
Which
to
car
me.
is your brother's car? Which car is your brother's car?
I think it's the
You
team
think or you
one.
know? Because
don't
I know every vehicle that my sibling drives. I don't just go around checking random door handles.
I thought... Please,
What's your brother's
I'm
name?
not breaking into vehicles.
What's your brother's name?
Jacob.
Jacob what? Jacob what? What?
But can I please sit on the curb?
No, we're going to walk back over to
I'm
jail.
not getting arrested, sir. There's nothing
You are
to
under
arrest
arrest.
me
Do
for.
not resist.
Under arrest.
Please, I didn't do anything. Please. Come on, guys. I can't go through this again.
You need to stop
On the
getting
sidewalk.
out of jail and trying to
If you don't walk,
swear.
you will slide down the sidewalk
Okay, but
on your butt.
I'm not going back.
walk before you
They
fall.
won't let me out.
Well, you should have thought about that before you tried other people's door handles.
Come on, guys, please. I'm not breaking
more
any
you
laws.
resist,
You
the
wouldn't
more
even
charges
stop
you add
and
up.
talk to me about it. I'm not resisting.
But you not walking with me means you're resisting.
I put cuffs on right away when I asked what you would explain the charges for.
The simple fact that you ended up pinned up against the side of that car because you wouldn't stop pulling away, you wouldn't stop walking away from me, means you're resisting.
Because, officer, I honestly...
30 to 44. You want to take a look around for that purse she was brought in with the first time. I have no idea where that is.
Stow your gun, Ethan. I'll hold her.
Oh.
Nope, right here. Stand right here. Look at the wall.
Why do I have to do that?
Because I told you to. That's why you have to do that.
All right, officer, I'm sorry. Please.
Do not come off the wall.
Okay, let's go inside.
Walk.
Stop pulling against us.
I'm not trying not to listen.
Basically, yes, Deacon.
Not to listen? I understand that.
I'm not.
Yeah, we literally just released her.
I'm not going to check all the documents. I'm just going to log monitoring. I'll be on the better side of the building, and that's why I asked if you would walk me through that area.
This is the second time in the last 2 hours you've been arrested, so you're going to be sitting.
I'm not. Sir, I just talked to him about it. Please.
Every time in the last couple weeks you've been released from jail, you are trying to get into people's cars.
I promise it was...
Rebecca, you wouldn't let me in my vehicle last week.
Honey, I didn't go anywhere. I don't have anything in my pockets.
I have to check you again either way.
Please. I was gonna go that hallway anyways. Y'all didn't let me go down there. Please don't book me back in. I didn't get any new charges.
You did.
What? What?
For sure, at least resisting.
Officer, I wasn't resisting.
Not to mention, how many open bonds are you on?
We already have it on the paper.
8? Okay, so 8 new counts of bail jumping plus resisting plus another vehicle.
Wait, so she had 8 previous bail allowances or whatever, or bonds previously? So that's 8 separate counts of bail jumping for each one.
Please, officer, I'm begging you.
And this time, Rebecca, you are going to change over for us. You're not going to lay down in the shower again, or we will cut your clothes off.
Guys,
Lay down in the shower?
please be officers and listen to me for a second.
After the handcuffs were removed, she immediately stood up and tried walking away.
Jesus, goodness.
Yeah, I'm going to bond monitoring.
Sit down.
Why? Y'all are trying
Now.
to change it?
Do not move.
I need your coat and your shoes.
Please, I'm waiting to hear from bond monitoring.
Rebecca, I need your coat and shoes.
Seriously? They just said I'm going to bond monitoring. Okay, that's...
Now
I
you have
didn't...
new charges.
I didn't, though. That's what I'm sure.
We had you on camera. You were trying to open multiple different vehicles.
I went in... I went to go in one because I thought it was my brother's. When I was mistaken, I went to go in the other one that I was told might have been my brother's, and I didn't even make it there, and there was a whole bunch of people in there.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm not the one that makes your charges, but I need your coat and shoes.
You guys just said that I could go to bond monitoring, but you just said that.
Coat and shoes, Rebecca.
Guys, please, I didn't break any
I
laws.
need your coat and shoes.
But I want to speak with the arresting officer because I didn't break any laws.
He's right here.
Yeah, hi. I didn't resist arrest.
You did.
I let you put the cuffs on right away.
No, you didn't.
Stood with my back like this to you for you to put the cuffs that there wouldn't be any issues.
No, you
So
didn't.
there, oh, yes, sir, I did.
No, you continually pulled away from me.
Sir.
I had to forcibly handcuff you because you kept pulling away.
Sir,
So,
please,
Take that back.
please.
We're not going through this shit. We went
Oh
through
my gosh, this is
Rebecca,
seriously?
stop walking away.
Sit down.
You guys just checked me. This is
Yep, we're checking
Now
you
we're
again.
moving you in, so.
yeah.
Now
That's
you're staying.
they just said I could go to bond monitoring.
No, you
You're
didn't
not
go.
going to
though.
bond monitoring.
You didn't go.
Really?
They probably told her she can go to bond monitoring as a part of her release, but then she decided to try to open other people's car doors in the parking lot. So that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
No.
You walked down
I
this way.
couldn't make it there because she wouldn't let me out that doorway. That's your fault.
All right.
No,
Wow.
it's yours. Come on, guys. This is wrong. I should not. This is wrong
Taking
legally.
your watch off.
But legally, this is wrong.
Give me your watch.
I should be going to bond monitoring. She should have let me go through that hallway, just like I asked you.
We did let you go through the whole
No,
thing.
you didn't.
Yeah, we
I
did.
asked you. No, I
That's
asked.
not the way to
All
go.
right, let's go.
Yes, it is.
Let's go. We're done.
I'm
Here, put
telling
these
you.
shoes on.
Y'all threw me out in the snow.
Now you're back, so you don't have to worry about that.
It's.
Put your shoe on.
I go through this every time, and
Put your shoe on. You're not going out this time. You're going to stay with us.
You're changing over this time.
I can't do
Put that
this.
shoe on.
Officers.
Last chance.
I shouldn't have gotten you.
Put the shoe on. Put the shoe on or go without it.
I'm not just trying to fight.
All right, let's go.
Stop, please
Get
don't.
up,
Please
get up,
don't.
get up.
Please don't.
Get up. Thank you.
She was then escorted to the change-up room. She was giving instructions to change over, and if she laid on the floor again, her clothes would be cut off.
Uh-oh.
Rebecca continually argued with the jail staff and was escorted to a booking cell.
No, I know. I'm not going to do that, though. Because I should be bonding out. No. How much is bonding? 0? We don't buy that out. Okay. I want it to be 0 because I didn't break.
Get them off.
This is twice in a row. I think anytime she gets arrested, it should be an automatic PC at this point.
You're just going in the cell and we're getting your clothes. They don't.
Rebecca, don't get more charges.
I'm not.
You're
I
gonna get more
shouldn't have
charges.
those in
We're
the
gonna lay her on her
first
face.
place.
You're gonna get more charges.
Okay, apparently I need to give a headphone warning, so I'm lowering the volume here.
I'll lay down for you. Don't break it. I'm not playing games.
Face down.
I got ways away from me. Because I'm so much bigger than 6 officers. I'm not having to change my clothes.
You didn't do it for yourself.
I just explained to you.
Take the clothes off yourself.
I'm not doing this in front of 3 other male officers.
Nobody's watching. The blanket is right here. Nobody can see you.
When they laid her down on the bed to cut her clothes off, she immediately began screaming constantly.
Uh-oh.
Last chance.
No,
I'm cutting them off.
cut my clothes off. That's
Take them off.
I'm not going to be... I can't!
She fought against their efforts to keep her on the bed and started slapping her hand around at the staff.
Do not hit.
Don't cut my clothes
No.
off!
You had the opportunity.
I know I didn't!
Yes, you did.
You guys didn't stop talking!
Stop.
Oh my god!
Stop.
This is bullshit!
Deacon, this is the second time they've apparently had to do this because before in the first time she refused to change out into her prison uniform or jail uniform. And now they're having to do it a second time because again, she refuses to switch out of her clothes.
All of it!
Stay on your stomach.
They're trying to get her to switch into her prison gear and she refuses.
You should have cooperated.
I didn't commit any charges. That's hot as hell. I needed a drink. Why are you throwing it on me?
Stop.
Stop.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
They're not at a guys, they're not at a police station. They're literally at the county jail. They literally walked her back to the county jail that was right next to the courthouse. So this isn't at a police station. It's literally at the county jail.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Relax.
Ow.
Relax. Relax.
You need to stay on your stomach.
Relax. Rebecca, the sooner you calm down, the sooner we'll be done.
I can't breathe.
You can breathe. Breathe in through your mouth.
I can't breathe.
Please
not going to bond monitoring, you are in jail.
Stop.
Okay?
Stop.
Ow, it hurts. You're
Because
no,
you're
you're the
pulling.
officer that always arrests me. I need
Officer
a
Sweet
drink.
is going to help you slide your Okay? You can have a drink when we're done. Slide your arm through your shirt.
Stop.
Slide your arm through your shirt.
No, I can't breathe.
You are
Holy
breathing.
shit. I've never been through this. Get me off of you. Oh, dear God. Holy shit.
Rebecca was charged with felony counts of attempted battery by a prisoner, bail jumping ×8, misdemeanor counts of resisting an officer, disorderly conduct, attempted entry into a locked vehicle, and bail jumping. She was released a few days later on a $500 cash bond.
Really?
Almost a month later, a bench warrant was authorized for Rebecca due to her violating the rules of the bond monitoring program. The following day, she was taken into custody with a cash bond set at $1,000. Head over to codebluecam.com and check out our great selection of quality-made merch that won't disappoint.
Wisconsin, y'all got to figure this out. I think my understanding, guys, is that the currently judges are are apparently pretty hamstrung in terms of what kind of bond they can set. But my understanding is that there's a law that's been introduced that's supposed to give judges greater leeway in how much they can set bond, or whether to keep people in without bond, given certain circumstances. All right. I started watching this, but I haven't seen it fully from start to finish.
On February 28th, 2022, an officer was on routine patrol when they observed a speeding silver vehicle in Genoa City, Wisconsin. They attempted to catch up to the vehicle as it was traveling 70 miles per hour in a 25-mile-per-hour zone. The driver of the vehicle was later identified as 34-year-old Brittany Anderson. After Brittany illegally passed another car, the officer observed her pull into the parking lot of an apartment complex and strike 4 parked cars.
Oh. Wow.
(27-4), I got a high-risk stop.
As the officer had her at gunpoint, they waited for backup to arrive before performing a high-risk stop.
Let me see your hands! Do not move! 27-4, if you want to have rescue, stage. Negative, I got the subject at gunpoint. Waiting to do high risk. Both your hands! With your right hand, turn off the vehicle! Driver! With your right hand, turn off the vehicle!
When Brittany was ordered to shut off her vehicle, she closed the door and proceeded to drive onto the sidewalk and grass of the apartments.
Driver! 2704, driver swing.
And she's running. And apparently, according to what does it say in the title? According to the title, she has no criminal history, and she decided to just go for it.
Driver's taking off through the field, heading on Main, westbound. Heading south on Freeman. About to turn west on Main.
At that point, the officer lost visual of her and returned to the crash scene as residents of the apartment complex were awakened by the incident.
Vehicle fled from 770 Main Street. Put through the parking lot, unknown travel direction. I got Bloomfield that was heading towards west, believed to be a Chevy Malibu, no 28. There should be extreme front end damage on the vehicle.
I think it's just radiator fluid. I don't know if the fire department can do anything with it, but...
Alright. The vehicle's gonna be missing a bumper.
About 15 minutes later, a Walworth County Sheriff's deputy located a vehicle matching the description of the suspect that fled. The deputy attempted a traffic stop on her again, but she continued to flee.
Station Lot 3 is closed. Lot 3 is closed for high-risk stop. 0058.
546 vehicle's not yielding. It's going to be a silver Mazda, I believe.
Okay, copy. Silver Mazda. Copy. Eastbound Highway B, 30 miles an hour.
While the initial officer was gathering the crash victim's information, they overheard via radio traffic the deputy locating Brittany.
Here, I'll be right back. I'll be right with you. I'll be right back.
What's going on?
I'm approaching Fellows now.
Oh,
Yep.
traps.
I got sticks set up.
Sticks. Traps, sticks, same thing.
Go ahead again. Alright, copy.
We gotta get contact.
In your position, we're varying speed, about 30 miles an hour now. He's kind of fluctuating.
Alright, copy. I'm ready. You got an ambulance in front of you now. I copy. I got the spikes ready. Oh.
Aww.
It's alright. Shit happens.
These guys get so upset when they can't use the sticks.
We didn't even know that you guys were in the area. It's all good, dude. No resentment or anything. I gotta go, though. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the thing.
27 form to be setting up spikes at the PD.
Oh, uh-oh. She going?
2704 spikes are in place. The vehicle stopping.
Oh, she stopped before.
Brittany stopped, and deputies conducted a high-risk stop.
Right.
546. If he hit the spikes, he's not stopping.
Negative. Stopped right before the spikes. Setting up high risk.
Damn.
Driver!
I have not seen this before, guys, so please no spoilers.
Turn off the vehicle, throw the keys out the window. Let's go, do it now. Driver, shut off your car. Do it now. Driver, throw the keys out the window.
546, he shut off his vehicle. He's not responding.
She complied initially, but then turned her vehicle back on. She
Oh my God.
continued to drive off, striking the officer's stop sticks in the process.
Oh, nice.
Nearly hitting a deputy.
So we're just piling on the charges at this point.
He's starting the car back up. He's heading north.
Motherfucker.
Oh!
Successful spike.
Got him. So, the female officer got the spikes. So I would say that there might be 3 counts. You could do 3 counts of hit and run. You could do at least 1, if not 2, maybe even 2 counts of felony eluding. If they're going to count her stopping for that brief moment and then starting again, that might actually be enough for a second count. So 2 counts of that, and there's 3 counts of like I said, 3 counts of felony hit and run, probably DUI, and then probably attempted. What was the charge that Brooks got? It's not vehicular manslaughter because she didn't hit anybody. Assault on an LEO would probably be it. Attempted assault on law enforcement officer. Yeah. Reckless endangerment with a vehicle?
I'm gonna try to block the vehicle in.
Recklessly endangering safety. There it is.
Passing the way station in Richmond right now. Looks like he's about to park. No traffic. Speed's about 25 miles an hour. Turning into the way station.
Several assisting agencies were able to close in on Brittany, but she still managed to escape.
How?
704 vehicles boxed in.
I copy vehicle boxed in.
Thank you, Thea, for the 99 cents.
Jesus Christ. 704, we're heading back over to the Wisconsin border.
The officer advised that they would be executing a pit maneuver on her vehicle and was able to get it to spin and come to a stop.
I'm pit certified.
You want to move up for this? We'll move over.
Oh shit, she's pit certified, let's go.
2704 attempting pit.
This is probably the slowest pit I've seen. Nice. Perfectly done. Thank you, Ed, for the $10 super chat.
2704 successful pit.
Keep your hands up!
Right behind you, priest.
Step out. Step out. Step out.
On my person, no.
Alpha, we all know you're not forklift certified.
Nice pit.
Thanks.
That's good shit.
What's that? That's her squat's going to be toast, so someone's going to need to transport her.
Yeah, we'll take care of her. Just get her in the squad. Where's your car?
I don't know if I can.
Is it? You think it's drivable or?
Yeah, I was driving it. I just don't know.
I think
Just a
a little bit of damage. Cool. I would think we'd probably want to get State Patrol involved. Just because we're kind of involved and you're involved and.
I don't know how much damage she has, so I don't know if she's,
Yeah.
she's not going to be able to transport
It sounds like
her, you know?
walk around this way. I got a spot on the right here. Unless you want to do 126. Either 126 or 127.
It's your guys' car.
Who's 126? You mind if we put her in your car?
Hey, Tom Casher, thank you for the $5. Who fed the cats when you were on vacation? Oh, I have a cat sitter. I've been using his services for like the last, I think ever since I moved into the house. He's done a good job. He's done good work. So I have him come in, check the boys, clean the litter box, refill the food bowl, and give him a can. So
You guys checked her
I didn't. It looked like
to the visual.
Go ahead and sit.
So very quiet.
I found it going east on B, heading towards Genoa City at 10 miles an hour.
That was you that I went by?
It's probably as fast as it will go, is like 30.
And yeah, the bumper was gone, so it matched the description. They didn't have we didn't have a plate or anything. It doesn't have a plate, so.
More solid than what you see.
Yeah.
So the crash happened in Richmond? First?
No, it happened here in Genoa City.
For me, doing 84 downtown.
Oh, it happened by you first?
I first didn't crash by me. So then
Kim got it at 60 on
that's
Main
when I
in
had our
Genoa City.
dispatch call Walworth.
Dude, I had the stop stick set up perfectly, and then rescue pulled out right as you were coming.
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah.
Kim, you never were on foot with her, were you?
No, my radio reception sucks in that.
I think it was dispatch misunderstanding.
We're all 10-4. The drivers.
Wait, did Code Blue Camp just did Code Blue Camp just like zoom in on this officer because he was disappointed that he didn't get to put over the spikes? Is that why he just is that why he zoomed in on his expression? Hold on, I gotta check that out. Let me go. I want to go back.
I first didn't crash by me. So then
Kim got it at 60 on
that's
Main
when I
in
had our
Genoa City.
dispatch call Walworth.
Dude, I had the stop stick set up perfectly, and then rescue pulled out right as you were coming.
Sure, that makes sense.
Kim, you never were on foot with her, were you?
He's still salty about that.
I think it was dispatch misunderstanding.
We're all 10-4. The driver's 95.
Yeah, we all thought it was, but it wasn't. He never got out of the car.
My stop sticks are still on the road. I should get them quick.
I don't know where am I at? Is this Illinois?
No, you're just across the Illinois-Wisconsin border.
I'm not from this area at all.
What county are you from?
I'm from a different state entirely.
Which state?
I don't know if I'm comfortable talking about it right now.
Okay, I'm not trying to
I know,
identify you or anything.
No, that's not even that. I just don't want to talk about it right now, that's all.
Okay.
I just don't feel
Okay, so
talking about
to
it.
kind of put you in like a geographical estimate for
Yeah, because
where
I don't
you are,
have...
you're like...
What's that, like, are we north?
So we're southeast Wisconsin right now. I'm gonna close the door. I can see you
Yeah,
shaking,
it's cool.
so I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
Okay.
We're gonna move you to a different car.
Can you fix the handcuffs on the right side?
Yeah, we can do that. Yep.
It's
So which
okay.
one? This one is bad?
No, it's okay. I think I must have just been like sitting on it or leaning on it or something.
Leaning on it?
Yeah, it's okay.
Put that one on top of your head. Go ahead and put that belt on. So we're trying to figure out who
That's
you
way too
are.
tight. Okay, no, it was on my bone. Sorry, that's all.
Yeah. We're trying to figure out who you are, and you not telling us your date of birth is kind of...
We're going to prolong this whole thing.
Yeah. Why aren't you telling us your date of birth?
Because I don't want to talk about it right now.
What's your date of birth? You don't have to say anything else. We just need to know who you are. So
You
don't...
have my name.
Right, but we need your date of birth. You literally don't have to say anything else. It's fine.
What do you need my date of birth for?
Because in order for us to run you through the computer, we need your last name, first name, middle initial, date of birth. Otherwise, we can't look you up. You're not in our in-house or anything, which is good. That means you must not have much of a record.
I don't have a record at all.
Yeah, and that's good for you, but we don't know who you are, so.
I don't want to talk right now.
Okay.
Well, you're going to prolong this whole thing.
I don't want to talk right now.
Okay. Well, like I said, we're just trying to figure out who you are. It doesn't have anything to do with the situation, you know?
Hi, I'm Officer Goldsby, Genoa City Police Department. Is your first name Brittany? Okay. Brittany Faye Anderson, this is you? Okay. Alright, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
I didn't hear what you said the very last thing was.
Do you understand each of these rights I explained to you?
Basically.
Yes or no?
I mean, not exactly.
Do you want me to reread it again?
Sure.
Okay. You have the right to remain silent or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights I have explained to you?
Sure.
Yes?
I mean, I think so.
Okay. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me?
No,
Well, it's not obvious you're under arrest for fleeing, resisting, and a whole skew of other charges. Okay? Do you need rescue? No? Okay. So nothing's hurt on you, you're all good?
I mean, I think so.
Okay.
She was transported to a local hospital for a legal blood draw and to perform standardized field sobriety tests.
Keep your arms down to your side. Okay, do you understand the test?
I think I just lost count. 1,000 like that?
Yes.
2, 1,000. 3, 1,000 like that. 4, 1,000. 5, 1,000. 6, 1,000.
Brittany was charged with 2 felony counts of vehicle fleeing eluding an officer, which she was later found guilty of. She also received OWI, first offense, along with several other citations totaling over $3,500. Ultimately, her sentence was withheld, and she was placed on probation for 4 years with conditions of 12 months served in jail. Head over to codebluecam.com and check out our great selection of quality-made merch that won't disappoint.
Thank you, Dingbat, for the $10.99. Developing story out here in the Mountain West. Cops ice us opposite Utah a couple days ago. YouTube chased Allan for those. I'm very well aware of this. Somebody had initially sent me a link and sent me a link about it, and then I had also got wind of it from some of the Telegram groups that I'm a part of, that he and his mother were full-on state nationals. They're of that sort. And so there's a lot going on with that. A lot I've been looking into. The body cam footage for the officers hasn't been released yet, my understanding. The news reports, there is at least, I thought I saw at least one local news report that sounded like they did observe the body cam footage, but were given a copy of it. That the cops believe were trying to get him out of the car. Well, let me see if I could find because I was actually going to talk about this as well.
Starts.
We begin Fox 13 News Live at 5 with breaking news as new information has been released just within the past hour about what led to the death of 25-year-old Chase Allan after he was shot by Farmington police officers this past Wednesday. Fox 13 News reporter Chris Arnold has been following the story throughout the day. He joins us live from Farmington with the very latest. Chris.
Well, yeah, good evening, Kelly. Yeah, that statement put out by the Farmington Police Department just after 4 o'clock today, and it says that an empty holster was found on Allan's right hip, as well as a handgun that was laying on the driver's side floorboard of that vehicle. Now, in that statement, it says that a body-worn camera from the officer that pulled Allan over just before 3:30 in the afternoon on Wednesday here at 145 East State Street show Allan refusing to provide identification or cooperate in any way. Now, it goes on to say that Allan asserted his, quote, independence from the laws of the land, as well as his belief that he was not required to provide information to the officer that pulled him over. That's when the initial officer, according to the statement, called for assistance. Now, a supervisor, 2 officers, and a trainee ultimately responded to the area here at the post office. Now, the statement says an officer opened the car door and another officer attempted to remove Allan from the car when an observing officer yelled out the words "gun" 3 times before a brief struggle took place and gunshots could be heard. Now, officers on scene did try to render aid to Allan, who would eventually die from his injuries. Now, Farmington police did say in that statement earlier today that they do plan to release that body camera footage to the public at some point. But for now, The investigation, it does continue, and it is being handled by the Davis County Incident Protocol Team and being led by the Bountiful Police Department in this case. For now, live here in Farmington, Chris Arnold, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Let me see. Let's go to, this is 2 days ago.
It's just something that I wouldn't have ever thought of him doing. Just kind of shocking to hear that.
A childhood friend still reeling from finding out what happened to 25-year-old Chase Allan in Farmington. The Davis County community still asking a lot of questions tonight after officials say.
So somebody had already mentioned that the mother filed a lawsuit. The unfortunate reality is, from what I understand and from others have told me, that the lawsuit is she filed a lawsuit in a previous instance where the mother was stopped for not having registration, and she went to file a lawsuit against the police. And it's my understanding. I haven't seen it yet. I want to go grab it if I can find it. My understanding is it was chock full of your typical soft sit gobbledygook of a lawsuit. She's already there, but now there's also an allegation that she's filed a lawsuit in this situation due to the death of her son. The problem is, and the problem that we're probably going to have, is that it's also going to be full of soft sit gobbledygook. So she's probably not going to get anywhere, even if we're going to make an assumption that there was a wrongful death here. She's not going to get anywhere if it's all full of soft sit stuff instead of a standard wrongful death suit.
Allan, who was shot and killed by Farmington police Wednesday, had a gun and refused to cooperate. Fox 13 News reporter Jenna Bree has the story.
He was a part of my childhood and made it good.
Katie Cottrell grew up in Kaysville, 2 houses down the street from Chase Allan.
He was just so fun. He was kind of a quiet and more reserved kid, but when you got him out of his comfort zone, it was fun.
When she first heard what happened, she was devastated for the Allan family.
It's just so heartbreaking just knowing somewhat of how they must be feeling, and I just can't imagine going through that.
New details on the incident came later Friday afternoon. In a statement, Farmington Police Chief Eric Johnson wrote, quote, "Supervisors have been able to review the body-worn camera video of the officers on the scene. It is our intention to release this video to the public at the earliest opportunity. Body-worn camera shows that the driver rolled the window of the vehicle down only a few inches and refused to provide identification or cooperate with the officer in any way. The driver asserted his independence from the laws of the land, as well as his belief that he was not required to provide information to the officer, nor was he required to cooperate. The initial officer called for assistance and continued efforts to provide the driver with information and options, but to no avail. When Mr. Allan still refused to exit the vehicle, an officer opened the door to the car and another officer attempted to remove Mr. Allan from the vehicle. At that time, an observing officer yelled out the words, "Gun, gun, gun." A struggle, which appeared to last only seconds, ensued and gunshots could be heard. Officers secured Mr. Allan and began rendering aid to him. An empty holster can be seen on Mr. Allan's right hip, and a handgun can be seen lying on the driver's side floorboard of the vehicle. We don't draw any final conclusions regarding the actions of the officers until the protocol investigation has been completed.
It's just something that I wouldn't have ever thought of him doing. Just kind of shocking to hear that, but I don't know. I mean, I know people change as time goes on.
The Davis County Critical Incident Protocol Team is still investigating and will continue to interview witnesses, go over video footage, and analyze evidence. Reporting in Farmington, Jenna Bree, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Let me see here. So I think this one, yeah.
A prayer vigil held in Farmington for the 25-year-old man who was shot and killed by police
on Wednesday afternoon. Chase Allan was pulled over for driving without a license plate. Police say he believed he was independent of the laws of the land and that he did not need to cooperate with the officers. Fox 13 News reporter Emily Tenser spoke to those who have known him for years.
Farmington police say that during an attempt to get Allan out of the car, an officer spotted a gun. The police chief says then there was a struggle, then gunshots. An empty holster was found on Allan's right hip and a handgun on the floor on the driver's side. The family of Chase Allan holds each other close as they imagine a life moving forward without their son.
It's beyond fathomable what just happened.
Friends, family, and peers of the 25-year-old gathered together in the post office parking lot Sunday afternoon, the same location where Allan was shot to death by Farmington police officers days ago.
And he was doing the best he could to love everyone and to help us keep those freedoms alive.
With signs saying 7 shots to the chest and demands for the release of body cam video, the group marched half a mile to the Farmington police station.
My brother, Chase Lindy Allan, did not deserve to die. He deserves to still be here, and he is a sweet angel of God.
Those that knew him say Allan was reliable, respectful, and not one to antagonize.
Chase was just a great guy, and there's leaving a hole in a lot of people's hearts.
A memorial now sits on East State Street, right where the shooting happened. Allan's loved ones finished the vigil writing messages to the young man and releasing the balloons into the sky.
Justice for Chase! Justice for Chase! Justice for Chase!
The group plans to keep protesting in front of the Farmington police station. They'll be there Monday at 10 a.m. Right now, 5 officers are on administrative leave as the Davis County Incident Protocol Team continues the investigation. Reporting in Farmington, Emily Tenser, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Within minutes after the shooting, anyone...
So I have here a copy of the lawsuit itself. Hold on, let me bring that up here. Or not a copy of the lawsuit, an article talking about the lawsuit that she had in a previous incident. I'm gonna bring this up. So, mother of man sues police. According to court records, Diane Allan said the police had no right to conduct that traffic stop. Documents filed in federal court show Diane Allan believes Farmington's rules don't apply to her as an independent resident of the state of Utah. As one of the sovereign people of Utah driving her own vehicle in Farmington, Allan argued that she had an inherent right to access public roads without her liberty restrained. Allan claims those rights were violated on April 7th, 2022, when police pulled her over. KSL found the citation filed in Utah's justice courts alleging Allan did not have a license with her as she drove on expired registration. I'm sure she probably didn't have insurance as well, so probably another one of the big 3. Typical big 3 situation. While police officers who stopped her cited the expired registration as a reason for the stop, Allan disputed that reasoning. Defendants wrongfully claimed to have the right to enforce traffic codes in the face of plaintiff's constitutional rights. The lawsuit describes her refusal to provide a license, registration, or insurance information to the police. She described one of the officers as throwing the paper citation through the plaintiff's window before walking away, which is what they usually do. If these typical sovereign citizens, if they refuse to take a ticket, the cop will just chuck it into the window to let them know that they got a copy of it. So, I'm not surprised about that. Later, she described going to the department along with her son to hand deliver what she called the rescission citation. That's usually what sovereign citizens like to do. What they like to do is, they assume anything is a contract, so they assume that the citation they get is like a contractual agreement or contractual arrangement. And so, therefore, these folks believe that if you just say, if you return the citation and write on it like saying like no contract or just simply return it straight up, then you can rescind the contractual arrangement. This is typical SovCit logic, stemming from the idea that everything that you do and deal with the state is a contractual arrangement. A few hours later, plaintiff went to the Farmington City Police Department with a witness and hand-delivered the citation. Defendant Johnson came out to the lobby and asked how he could help the plaintiff. Police identified Chase Allan as the man shot and killed Wednesday outside of the Farmington post office. Allan went on to describe a verbal confrontation to Johnson. She alleged he crumped her citation up and threw it in the trash as she watched. Johnson, now the Farmington police chief, was lieutenant at the time of Diane Allen's traffic stop. She also named him along with several other. Thank you, Deacon, for the $5. I'm so tired of soft brainwashing their kids into this mess. I mean, that's what happens if you're a total ideologue. Oh, Bathal, thank you for the lawsuit case number. Might have to look that up. But yeah, that's what happens. If you're an ideologue, you're probably going to bring it down, share it with your kids. Defendant Johnson then stated that if plaintiff didn't register a vehicle, it would be impounded. The witness then stated, "That's a threat," to which defendant Johnson replied, "No, it's a promise. It's a promise." Well, yeah. Allan claims that Johnson's statement warning her car could be impounded amount to a declaration of war against plaintiff. Plaintiff notified defendant that she'd come into the department to resolve this matter peaceably. No, you came in to rescind the citation. And then one of the citations went to the court system. She alleges the prosecutor never responded to her motion to dismiss the case. She also claims the official court record contains perjury, namely by indicating she refused to sign the citation, arguing no one asked her to sign anything. Additionally, she claims the court does not have jurisdiction in her case. So, I mean, if you need any more evidence that the mom is a full-blown soft sit, I mean, there you go. I don't know what else to tell you. Is this it? Yep, there it is. But this does not. This is a denial of the motion to dismiss. July 8th, 2022. This is just a notification. So nothing here other than embed document cloud. Aha! Here we go. Here it is. Sorry, let me get a zoom so you guys can more readily read it. Neither in a capacity as a citizen of the state of Utah nor as a citizen of the United States. Injunctive relief. Plaintiff was shown that she was subjected to deprivation of rights under color of law. These are the Davis County Justice Court is a private for-profit corporation doing business as Davis County Drug Court Incorporated. Yeah, okay. Violations of the First, Fourth, Fifth, Sixth, Seventh, and Ninth Amendments. Plaintiff is not a member of the BAR Association. Affidavit of truth. Unrebutted affidavit of truth and unsigned rescission citation. Of course it is. Oh, yeah. She claimed the non-emergency use of emergency vehicle lights and sirens is a felony. Somehow. Defendant Dane Hansen turned on his emergency lights and forced her off the road. At this time, plaintiff turns on her cell phone and begins recording the events. I wonder if she's uploaded that. No charging instrument. I think we've all heard that one before. No probable cause, no affidavit of probable cause, wrongful claim to enforce traffic codes. She was not operating under a license. She was traveling in private, not in commerce. So this was a typical big three: no license, no registration, no insurance. Defendant Johnson is presumed to be armed with deadly weapons. I mean, that's kind of standard in U.S. policing. Defendant Hansen asked for her date of birth. She didn't answer for some reason. And what was the probable cause for stopping me? For the expired registration. And that's not probable cause. I mean, if the cop, I would say the probable cause is there. For us, our stickers in New Jersey are color coded, so it's pretty easy for the cop to know or to be able to tell whether or not your registration's up to date. So you can think of $5 or her grift loss of her son. I mean, if anything, that should be a point where you have to look down on what type of road you're going down. I mean, Deacon, the problem is this. I don't think this is a grift. I think mom is a true believer, and her ideology is what ended up getting her son killed. I mean, if we're gonna, unless the eventual body cam footage shows something heavily wrong committed by the police, this is on her and her ideology. I stopped you for expired registration, driving without a license. You should know it's not probable cause, and if you're properly trained, you should know that. A plaintiff handed the officer about 18 USC 241, 242, of course, and the information shows she gave him soft state paperwork. You're violating my rights, yada yada yada. Free to go, yada yada yada. She had this okay. So most of these things. Then she talked about her going to the police department to return the ticket. The cop said, if you don't register your vehicle, it's going to be impounded. And they said, Johnson said, no, it's a promise, not a threat. This is back. Bear in mind, this stop, I believe this is April of 2022. The shooting incident happened about a week, not a week ago, but about 4 or 5 days ago. It just recently happened. It's pretty fresh. Oh wait, she's also highlighting the her trial. Awesome. Jurisdiction has not been proven. Requested findings of fact and conclusions of law. You refused. They made the presumption that the plaintiff was recording the call and said it's against the law to record this call. I'm hanging up now. Well, if Utah's a two-party state, and it is a fact that plaintiff appeared specially. Oh, wait, she apparently had counsel that she hired a not attorney. Sir, you need to step back behind the podium of the bar to my lawful assistance of counsel. My counsel then said she has assistance of counsel. She said, you're not counsel. She keeps using counsel and not counsel. COUNSCL. But she's using council as in like city council. Dingus. You're not counsel unless you could show me a bar license. Then instructed the deputies to ask plaintiff's counsel to sit back in the galley. Plaintiff then spoke up and said he is fine where he is. I'm entitled to lawful assistance of counsel. He said, let's go off the record to the clerk. Sir, I'm going to give you one chance to do what I am ordering you to do. And the plaintiff asked the defendant, is this a court of record? He said it was. It is in fact that the justice court is not a court of record. Pursuant to Utah Code 78-1-101. Interesting. I guess maybe not. Sir, I'm going to give you one chance to comply. I mean, not that it necessarily matters in this instance. I mean, the judge is still capable of ordering a non-attorney to go to the back of the gallery, go back to the gallery and not be sitting next to the defendant, regardless of whether or not this is a court of record. Sir, I'm going to give you one more chance to comply. Then I'm going to ask the deputy to remove you. Under Title 18-1583, are you committing slavery and involuntary servitude? Okay. That defendant, the judge then ordered the deputies to remove plaintiff's counsel from the room. 2 deputies then drug him out of the courtroom against his will and against plaintiff's wishes, to which neither plaintiff nor counsel consented. Counsel then cited Self v. Ray, which is one of those court cases that I will be talking about in a future video. I notice a lot of freaking Sovs love to cite Self versus Ray. The problem is with Self v. Ray, I'm going to have to do it in conjunction with another case because it's very, very quick to debunk. Where she's claiming that Self v. Ray, quote unquote, codes and statutes are not law; they're corporate bylaws. That is wrong. That there's nothing in the case that says anything even close to that in Self v. Ray. It's a completely made up quote. But because it's a short debunk, I'm gonna have to combine it with another case in that video. Anyway. Blah 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 blah. He didn't dismiss for lack of jurisdiction. He refused to recuse himself because of his obvious bias. And then she says there's no charging instrument, no affidavit of probable cause. Yada yada yada. Reinforcing yeah. And I'm not going to go through this entire mess because it's way too long. It was probably made for this suit was done September. Oh, she did file the suit into so the incident was in April. The lawsuit was in September 2022. So I think it's still an existing lawsuit. Oh god. Grandma, I assume Grandma is like their Public Records Act equivalent. Right, she requested records identifying her as a person, a dead entity, or slave, an employee, or resident. Required to register. The 2014 BMW is required to be registered. That you are operating a vehicle for hire. The city having jurisdiction over you. The 2014 BMW is a vehicle. That you are an owner of the vehicle. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. Diane Killian dash Allan. Okay, so doing the okay, so she's kind of building in both like the state national thing, also a little bit of Carl Lentz here as well. Citing the Bible for some reason. This affidavit is not a corporation created under the laws of the United States. political banks. I thought it was political bonds. I'm fairly certain it's bonds, not banks. Anyway. Then she cites what is naturalization. She's not a shareholder. She's not a vessel. Again, what does anything of this have to do with it? Again, we're talking about a traffic citation. Black's Law Dictionary, fourth edition. Let's continue on. I actually want to just go to the corpus delicti. There it is. Let's go to the actual citation that she got. The problem that I have here, I mean, I'm willing to bet this is all. Everything she's filed is probably in here. So she did file. Okay, so she's including the motion to dismiss. So this is her entire court record. So let me actually go ahead and. Am I able to save this? I want to save this. I'll have to save this for later reading. All right, I'm gonna save this for later reading. But it's obvious to you and I and everybody. She's full on Sov. Now, this is actually pretty
Listening to
here.
police radios would have heard officers being told to turn off their body cameras. It's now caused some people to ask more questions about the way this case is being handled. Fox 13 News investigative reporter Adam Herbets is live in studio to help explain. Adam.
Well, Kelly, we've spent all day trying to get somebody on the phone to help explain this, because this is not something you hear very often on police scanners. Here's what you're about to listen to. First, the call that went out over the radio about 4 minutes after the shooting. Then a second call about 20 minutes after the shooting. In the first transmission, they tell officers off scene to turn off their cameras. In the second one, they tell officers on scene to make sure they turned them off.
If you're off the scene, you can go ahead and kill your body cam. Can we just make sure that all the body cams are shut off now?
10-4, all units on the Farmington incident, make sure your body cam's shut off.
So most departments like Farmington have body cameras for the purpose of transparency, and they also have policies explaining when to turn them on and when officers are allowed to turn them off. The most recent policy we've found is from 2016, which says the portable recorder should remain on continuously until the member reasonably believes his or her direct participation in the incident is complete or the situation no longer fits the criteria for activation. Today, we've asked the department to confirm if that policy is still active and if they believe it was applied correctly last night.
The more silence that you hear from a department as in the hours and days after an incident like this, the more likely, community members and advocacy groups are going to wonder.
That's Michael White, a professor at Arizona State University. He wanted to reiterate these are legitimate questions, and that is why departments across the country often have another policy about communicating with the public after officer-involved shootings to avoid situations where people might sometimes jump to conclusions. Live in studio tonight, Adam Herbet.
Yeah, I think they're going to need to explain this one. The only plausible thing, because they never said they if you're off scene, turn them off. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is if this is after the fact and they don't want there to be footage of Allan after the shooting. I that's the only basis I could see for why they would want them to turn it off ahead of time, and those who are off scene. I don't, but they need to provide an explanation for that, because that's not a good sound. That's not a good sign. So I think they're going to have to, provide a more concrete explanation. But this was a scene from 4 days ago.
Held
Oh, we're gonna go to the other one I was going to have. This is out of Frog UK Transparency. He had the footage for Direct D. This is a short video, so it's not going to be very long. But this involves wrong one. If you guys know who or recall who Direct D is, I think not this past Friday, but the Friday before, I had a live stream talking about him specifically. He's kind of one of those arrogant jackasses. And he believes himself a savant, a legal scholar who thinks he knows what he's talking about when it comes to police interaction. He really doesn't. He's also been caught on camera lying to a judge or judges about his income and whether or not he needs the assistance of counsel or needs to have an attorney provided for him at the cost of the state, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I think he was recently hooked up, and Frog Transparency, shout out to him, has the footage.
Well, Direct D has just got arrested, and as far as I can see, it's for being stupid. I've frozen it there because, as you can see, he's shining that directly at the police officers as they're dealing with a suspect. As you can see, he's approached by the officer and given a warning that if he does it one more time, he'll be arrested. But of course, this is Christopher Ruff that we're dealing with, and he's not the brightest tool in the box.
No.
And basically acts like a kid that never grew up and hates authority. We'll just fast forward a couple of seconds, and now you see Direct D appear again, and of course he runs around shining the flashlight at the officers, and there are results to his actions.
What a child.
Imagine. Well done, Christopher. Now, of course, his partner in crime, Tempe, against police violence, swears he did nothing wrong and just says he was running around in circles pointing the flashlight at the ground. Well, as you can see from a still, that flashlight wasn't pointing at the ground. Well done, Tempe. Now, where the charges stick, I don't know, but stupid, Direct D. Thanks for watching.
Mm-hmm. Let me see here. Wait, is this the one? Oh, is this it? Where he tries to retaliate?
Other people? Yeah, I can. Yeah? So I'm in the middle of investigation. So I called. All of his bottles are in the other parking lot over there.
So they're at a DUI stop.
Call the LT out here, requesting the supervisor.
Oh, so this is it. So that really, dude? But the thing is, the problem is that his buddy clearly showed that even if the light is directed at the ground, it's still bright enough to bother the officers because of the footage.
Whoa, for what? What did I just do?
Give me one when you're ready. Bring your hand behind your back.
My hand's behind my back. Thank you, Nardini. You did it again, dumbass. Call your supervisor out.
There is no more supervisor.
The LT. You have an LT.
LT's not here.
Take your,
I'm not drunk. Rear the car.
Hey, give me my keys. That's good. Bye. Stop bending my wrist, dude. I'm trying to get my keys out.
Okay, stop reaching.
All right.
Alright, face the car, spread your feet.
Sure you want to do this?
Yep, perfect done. Spread your feet. I gave you a warning, you kept doing it.
For running around you?
No, we're trying to flashlight in our eyes while we're trying to do an investigation. Even in your eyes. I got it on video.
I know you do.
All right. So, whether or not he's gonna get the charges stick is unknown, but I think based on even what his buddy recorded, that he was making enough of a distraction and being enough of a nuisance that they could arrest him for delay and obstruction. But whether or not they stick, who knows? But I honestly, I have the feeling that this directee, Mr. Christopher Ross, probably has a reputation in the area already at this point. I mean, I think they probably know him on a first name basis. All the local law enforcement do. So, but at this time, I'm gonna stop it right here. I know it's only been about a little over an hour and a half, or about an hour and a half, I should say. But I already said it was going to be a relatively short one. Like I said, on Wednesday, I'm going to see if I'm going to have a guest on for Wednesday. A special guest. I'm gonna put up the stream to let you guys know. But I want to make sure that the timing and the scheduling is right. And then Friday, I'm going to have something, more videos that I want to actually go a little bit more in depth on. Ow. All right, I'm good. And then from there, I think starting on Wednesday, I'm going to be working on outlining my next video. I think the next case that I'm going to be doing is the Chicago Motor Coach, because I feel like next to Thompson versus Smith, Chicago Motor Coach is probably the other case that's cited so often by Right to Travel folks. So I think that's going to be the case topic for the next video that I'll be uploading. But I want to thank you guys again. Look up the please hit the like button on your way out. Check out my Discord as always, and I will check you guys next time. All right, thanks guys. Adios.